Hello, my friends. The lights, the star seeds, children, the adults, everyone. Hello, everyone. I still call you invisible people. The day you become visible to my eyes, you are visible, so many, to my awareness. Anyway, it's awesome here. So, how are you all? This is day 3. Today's title is Connecting in the In-Between. So the subject really is about connecting, obviously. What's come to me over the time of doing these messages, which I hope the people here now are up to date with the circus, have watched and listened to what I've said and the story that is unfolding. It's very important that you do understand that. Then you understand who Orson is and the other characters. And just the general gist of what I am attempting to do. I would say again, if this happens to be the first thing you've seen, then please, perhaps it's worth going back to the beginning of my messages and coming up to this, because I think that might help. Don't come up this with your mind. It honestly won't help. It won't help you at all. That said, we do have minds. Connecting in the in-between. Each time I do these messages, I have to let go. I don't have a plan necessarily. It's obviously quite helpful if I have either a part of the story to read or a poem. I love doing the poems, by the way. It's kind of my favourite bit. My favourite. So I want to do a poem this week. Maybe even today. It's raining again. I love that. So I'm kind of stuck in today. It's nice. Connecting with you in this way has become so simple. Because, as I mentioned, I realise I can just be myself, which helps a lot. Takes away the kind of how should I be with people? And in the end, it's so blissfully simple that I can be just like this with you. I can be. It's like having a friend, This is very multifaceted, connecting, because I personally am going through, and have been for quite a long time, but I'd say it's upping tempo, if you like, of connecting with myself. That is the core of everything I will talk about. Not just me connecting with myself, you connecting with yourself, everybody connecting with themselves. So there's all these facets. Me connecting with me connecting with you connecting with me. You connecting with yourself is fundamental. Then us connecting. And ultimately us all realizing that we are connecting. When we go with him, we're connecting with that source. to do it in such a wonderful way on this planet now will prove that the heart and what comes from within a human being is infinitely more powerful than what comes from the human mind. And this is how we will shine like never before. That we have this opportunity on this journey of life to truly make this a new earth. But without the connection to your heart, individually, you simply won't benefit the same. So throughout history, if you like, certainly a long part of the history, the connection that a human being is capable of within themselves has been known in mystery schools in ancient Egypt and beyond. It's not a new subject at all. This is an ancient subject. Then in more recent history, it has, of course, in a sense, tried to be boxed, to be controlled. Of course, I am talking of the religions of this earth. There has been an attempt to hide the actual message at the core, embellish it, and without a doubt control it, so that the minds of people become controlled and the heart simply covered up. This, in a sense, is unraveling itself by itself. I'm sure I will tread on a few toes in this, but that's all I want to tread on. There can be no judgment in this. I personally have to go through and have gone through very much. This must be an acceptance of all, regardless, which I have challenges with. But I'm learning now that it simply has to be. Connecting in the in-between. I had a lovely day. A few days ago when I started this, a message very clear was just like, come on, it's time to focus and be uninterrupted in that focus. That challenged me, and I came up with a game plan, which is this week, of doing a message each day, which always helps me. And because I've set that intention, it keeps it fresh in me throughout my day. Keeping up that good feeling. I mean, this isn't just kind of, hey, stay positive. And it touches on that, but it has to come, a genuine gratitude for this existence has to come from within, and it must be genuine. My desire to come closer to my heart must be the driving force. On this journey, for an individual to approach their heart it can seem so difficult. It can seem so long-winded for some, you know. And it's so strange because really in the end it is utterly simple. And what you're trying to get past in that approach is not the heart. The heart is just there. This experience is just there. What is covering it is the noise of the world that you choose to listen to each day in your life. So the obstacles, the blockages, are so superficial. They're so not part of where you're going. And yet there seems to be this journey towards that heart. And for me personally, undoubted. Throughout my life, I've been so lucky to have an awareness of this subject. And yet still, so long to actually get close like I feel now to my heart. And that is, I guess, that is that colouring of the mind by the heart. That if there's a fight going on within a human being, then all you're going to see is that fight. When that fight subsides, you're left with that kind of just simple, peaceful connection. Here in my worldly experience, my 3D here I am, I guess that is being mirrored. And it can be so frustrating at times. Because I know of this dream. I know that you're all out there. Obstacles that present themselves over this time, my self-doubt is being shone away by certainty. My expectations rise. My shadows come out. I mean, my goodness me. Remember some time ago, earlier on in this year, my teacher really pointed out that as that light goes on, if you like, in the heart, it shines. It will cast shadows. And I remember at the time I was having experiences that were just so like, it's all blissful. This is blissful. And then a bit after he said that, I started having these experiences that were like, oh crikey, it would turn. But it would be very, not like a nightmare. To be honest, some of the experiences I've had would certainly be classed as nightmares. And I seem to be able to view them without investing myself at all. And I come out, okay, that's what it was. The ones that really got me were far more personal. Situations of finding myself angry, even shouting, or just things coming out that would just go like, oh no, this happens. Shadows, we have shadows. But that continued light, I am certain, clears a human being. It is possible. I'm certain as I continue this work within myself, it is manifesting around me. Not as close as I would like still, but I have an absolute trust in the unfolding of a beautiful dream. That I want to share. You know, I can't. Remember, no begging, none of that, no desperation. But I can't wait. It's like a kid on Christmas morning. Too early to open the presents. And yet, all those presents are there. I feel a bit like that. But ever to be shown that it's this gift that must be unwrapped first. What will manifest is utterly beyond me. Truly, I am being taught patience. And I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I am patient. Honestly, as long as I'm doing this, that's why this week is so important for me. Because the patience, I can have patience when I know I am moving. If I find myself stuck and situations turn on me, it would seem, and I'm not feeling that connection, that scares me. This connection to myself must be my prime focus from now on. That in the past would have been a challenge. Now, it's a pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. It's a privilege to remember coming to this heart. It's not a right. It is a privilege. And that helps you to actually understand what you're approaching. So that connection that I'm enjoying more and more with myself is the fundamental, the base for me personally. Now, connection with you guys. The divine works in very, very mysterious ways. This is certainly what I'm learning. For me, in my search for the wild bird, have I mentioned the wild bird? I'm not sure. You know, that's all, of course, tied up with my quest. And has been a catalyzing event for me. But it is far more multifaceted than that. Because when I saw the wild bird, I knew instantly that we share this inner knowing. It was not just a pretty girl. It floored me. But it was because of this extra element that did it. Anyway, our connecting. You know, the divine works in mysterious ways. Am I being kept in this chamber, this bubble, on purpose? To give you the search, if you like, that element of mystery. Maybe so. And yet, I want to bridge that. It's why I've done these messages all this time. I want to actually reach out. And you'd be able to actually go, well, hang on, just listen to the guy. That level of the connection, I will learn more. You know, this, I am learning. I am not setting myself, honestly, anywhere else, any further on this quest. I want to feel close to people on this quest, wherever they are. I don't want to get into discussions and arguments with people that simply disbelieve the existence of the human heart. I don't have the time to give that my energy. It get my mind going. What are we going to argue about? But for the ones that have already taken that simple step of realizing we're more than what we think we are, then we're on a journey. And I believe my connection with you can be so human, simple. The nature of the journey, it will evolve from there and take its turns for you all. Do its thing. But I've got a feeling that there are some shortcuts for us here, you know. Just like in that eventual thing I'm going through of suddenly getting close to that heart, and the barrier somehow is removed so simply that seemed so difficult before has become simpler. I believe that can mirror between me and others. And there can actually be a much simpler touching base, just like this. That it can be fun. That it doesn't have to be a mystery. You don't have to search for invisible people like me. Because it drives you a little bit nuts, to be honest. So try not to do that. I'm not invisible. I'm flesh and bone. And I know that I'm talking to you, to people genuinely interested in knowing what I have to say. Even though I get no views, no likes. But this is part of my mysterious journey. It was so lovely, you know, I had some lovely dreams again. And then lovely experiences, and it's just like, that connection. And throughout my life, I've felt it on different days, often when I'd go to events with my teacher. And especially if I'd go and help out and be there for a day or two and be in that flow, and it was the people as well that I was with, the shared service stands out throughout my life. The memories of all of those events stand out. And I got to say, this year, I'm managing to have that in my days by myself. And now I feel so much closer to that very simple feeling. I've got to tell you, I think it's this is a bit of an answer, and that's why I'm glad I'm doing this week, because not only am I having a chance to connect, it is with me as well. It should help me do a poem, I reckon. It should do. Anyway, Tim here. Wow, look. Just Tim. I am a member of this circus. Principal member, to be honest. Lawson thinks that he's the ringmaster, but he has to realise I hold a bit of sway here. But got to keep it very cool. So, what does Tim want to say? Events unfold in this world. Individuals have opinions that I don't agree with, but I'm learning that I must let go. Like I said, I don't want to argue with stuff. But as the children's champion, I have to see that some opinions can affect the children in the future. And so suddenly that comes a little bit under my jurisdiction. And I will always stand up for the kids, because it's primary thing. And so I really, it's difficult. I don't want to come down hard on anyone. But there are certain individuals that push me a little bit too far, especially when they are trying to ignite and raise some of the most horrendous ideologies, shall we say. I'm talking about the strange alchemy coming from Elon, Kanye, Trump still, I mean, my goodness. Now, like I say, I'm going to go at these guys individually, even though I would love to be honest. But the problem is that what they are engaging in and trying to grow can draw young minds into some of the worst ideologies that you can come up with, and potentially ruin lives for that individual that listens. And that can go on to ruin lives all around that individual. This then becomes not a have and go at those guys, but a protection of children in the future. And I want to do that. Kanye, I saw the other day, he blamed God for losing all his money, or not all, not yet. He blamed God. And I was just like, oh yeah, great, you know. One, that gets you off the hook. And two, you go into a blaming God headspace. I can make it simple for you, can you? That was all you, mate. It was all you, and that's all you have to understand. And it will, I think, be an epiphany for you, and there may well be hope for you. But what you're displaying, especially with the gimp outfit, Guy, I mean, and of course what you were saying, and the fact you get a platform to say it, and we even have to listen. It was good to see Alex Jones being the sensible one, but I suppose he's got to be one day, hasn't he? I don't know. But, I mean, it's good in a way, because you show yourselves. I mean, it's the same with Trump. He accuses others of the very crime he's doing. He's just a child in this world. And so he confesses all the time to his crimes. And yet is such a privileged, spoilt white boy that he gets away with everything. Oh, come on. The day must come, surely. So, as much as as Tim, does want to have a little go, I'm very aware that I mustn't too much. But I like to, I'm going to reflect at people. This will be inevitable. I want a really lovely reflection to come between everyone that I reflect with. With these guys and some of the others, I'm going to be honest with you. How can I help it at times? But I will be careful. I will be careful. But certainly the extreme right wing really do wind me up with their little arguments of free speech and everything. The very ones, it's like, you have free speech. You're literally the richest, most spoiled people on earth. You have everything and you play the victim. Funny, really, that you play the victim. Who knows? I mean, come true if you're not careful. But a shout out to them. I hope they can find some clarity in their lives and stop basically everything they're doing. My mate Elon. Crikey, what a downfall. What's happened? What has happened? I guess anyone with Tesla stock wants to sell them quick, because Ford's coming. But hey, let it play out. Ain't interested. Anything else Tim wants to say? I think better not. Awesome back. Well, that was calm, Some things need to be nipped in the bud here. And if we want to move this connection onto a level never considered possible, it will shine that out naturally. That's why Tim and I must understand that we don't need to get into that, and we shouldn't even look at it. I shouldn't even look. But of course, I hear a thing or two. To get close to this heart, that sort of noise doesn't help. And there it is, me saying it. So in this connecting again, let's see that as a small obstacle to simply go around and come back to this point again, the point of why I'm talking to you today. The connection to the human heart and the connection between us on this planet. There will be so many things that will come to light. How we are treating one another and how we are treating the planet. How we're treating the ocean is very important. The rivers. A bit like that attempt to stop some of the extremism, intellectually, if you like, and with politics and everything. There's a similar thing going on physically on this planet. That the powerful ones have created industries that make them an awful lot of money. So they've succeeded, but at the cost, both a human cost in many cases, and an environmental cost. I think we can almost see this in the same light, that for our future, there must be some changes in the present. These have all been talked about. This has all come up for many years. This is nothing new, but it's the ability to take action that never seems to come. Governments, the vested interests are just through the roof. They're so stuck in the system. However, with enough people, the combined desire to make it better, it is most certainly possible. In our lives, we can make small changes. The children are far more aware than ever before. And please, champions, up that awareness. Think of everything, that you may do to harm this planet. From the smallest of things, like dropping rubbish. It's that simple. And I believe this is certainly a part of our combined mission, is to make this planet a better place, help the planet be a better place. We will get all the help needed along the way. That takes a trust, but we are capable of this. As we connect more and more, this will unfold. This will happen. Because quite frankly, it's got to. It seems, if we don't, there are powers that be willing to, like we're all on a bus and they just want to go, let's just drive it off the cliff because otherwise someone else wants to drive the bus. And it's like you would literally go down. Take everyone with you because you've gone down. It's a human nature, a bit childish. We got to rise above that, and that takes a wisdom that we all contain within our hearts to allow that wisdom to come out. So, connecting in the in-between. I believe that we can certainly take this to a next stage. I believe that is almost inevitable. I do not know when. But at the same time, the timeless quality of this is, and the experiences I'm having is like I'm already there. And that goes beyond patience. It goes to surrender, trust. That gratitude to grow and grow and grow. And when that gratitude is to the infinite, then it is quite simply devotion. And I've got to say, I feel a bit of devotion lately, and I think that's a good one. That's the flow state I'm after. The connectedness that gives me is everything I want. Still, got to see someone soon, you know, guys. It's nearly Christmas. And I have mentioned the wild bird. I'm sure I've mentioned her over the time. Oh, I got so silly about her. Silly. But I can't help it now. And like I said, it's like that. I just opened it up and went, well, there's no limit to kindness. There's no limit to unconditional love. And so on this journey today, I want to give you a bit of that love, because there's plenty. Let us share this. Let us open this. How do I open my heart? It's this. This is one word. I'm opening it on my own. Doing my inner work infinity. Getting on with it. Facing emotions. Removing blockages. Bloody hell. I guess it's one of those situations of, it was lucky I didn't know then what I know now, or maybe it would have been, I don't know. But goodness me, what a journey. I think it can only be taken day by day. And I just want to say today, I'm taking it. I am firmly moving forward in this journey. And I pray I turn a corner and bump into one of you lot. That's surely, or have I just got to find you all inside myself? Oh, come on, I've found plenty. Not begging, not desperate, not chasing. Patiently sitting here, connecting with you on a rainy 7th of December, 2022. Honestly, authentically, closer and closer. Because I can. I have free will. And I want to talk to you. You got friends, you want to talk to them. Oh dear. Tim, the man with the invisible friends I'll be known as. Well, I got visible ones as well, but they're mostly in another country. So connecting in the in-between has been today. Tomorrow, my intention is to do another one, which I will now spend today feeling out a little bit. See if I can do a poem, mate. It's about time for a poem. You know, it's the way of it. As much as you say you don't want to hear it, you do really. Because that's how you are. It's in a divine feminine business. It's a bit soft, isn't it? Bunch of softies, I reckon. You like to hear a poem. You like to hear that. About feelings. Us guys, we're a bit different. Anyway, this is Tim, balancing up, balancing down, God knows what. But firmly and certainly on this path towards you lot, the invisible people. Okay, so I hope you're really well. A couple of shout outs there in the States, upper room. You guys, you touched my heart so much, you know. So thank you, upper room. Thank you, Jeremy Riddle. I keep listening to you lately. Oh, I want to, you know, it's connecting, isn't it? So just a bit of connecting. Like that. And much love. Stay on the journey. Take care. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.